All right, here we go. My name's Jeff K, and you're listening to episode 482 of the world-famous West Virginia Surf Report podcast.
A little bit hefty.
As normal, Toney came busting into the bedroom at 8 a.m. this morning, come crashing through the door like Kramer. So I'm like completely asleep. I mean, deep asleep. I get up, I'm like, that's how I start every day. Oh my God, dear Lord. That's the first words out of my mouth every day, and I get up. I sit on the edge of the bed for 15 seconds, just trying to muster the energy, the wherewithal, and then I shuffle fart down the stairs, down the hallway, down the stairs, get in the recliner. Ease that back a little bit and try to go to sleep. Cover up with the big fluffy blanket and try to continue my sleep down there. Sometimes it takes, sometimes it doesn't. Today I think I fell asleep. I was asleep, and then the cat was out there like banging him. He wasn't trying to get in the house. And I was like, what the hell? It was loud enough that it woke me up. He was in there banging on the front door, like the storm door, Like, I can't sleep in this place, So I go over there, open the door, and he's like, half of his body is inside. It's like a screen door, like a storm door, you know what I mean? In the summer, it's a screen door. Then you put glass in it in the winter, and it turns into a storm door. You know what I'm saying? But he had that open, and half his body was inside the storm door, and half it was outside. I said, "What are you doing? What the hell is going on with you? You lunatic!" I open the door. He comes jetting in, goes straight up the stairs, straight into our bedroom, jumps up on the bed. Within seconds, he's asleep. Like, I don't, whatever. So I'm like, oh my God. So I go back, I go in there and I start making coffee. And I'm like, why is it so freaking cold in here? I mean, it was freezing. I'm not joking. I thought there was a window open. I thought I was looking around, is there a window open? Because it is cold. I know I had the door open real quick to let that lunatic in, but it wasn't. I mean, the whole downstairs felt freezing cold, and so I go over to the thermostat, and it's like set at 62. It's like some ridiculous something. It's set at something where it won't come on. I'm like, what in the hell? It's winter. It's like 32 degrees outside or something like that. So I turned the heat on a little bit. I don't want to get in trouble. I can't get in trouble. She doesn't want the heat on in the daytime. It's like, it's freezing. It is freezing. Every time. Then Toney came down, and she was like, what? Did you turn the heat on? I said, it's cold. I'm not sitting down here, the tip of my nose cold. If you get so cold, the tip of your nose, you know what I mean? It feels like an ice, like the tip of your nose is like ice cold. I'm not sitting in, this is my house. I live here. I'm not going to be completely 100% uncomfortable all the time. God. So anyway, that's how my day started. That's how today started. Yesterday, I had to go into work. Sunday, it was a Sunday, which is usually my day off. I had to go down there. They called me. I was supposed to go down there at a certain time. And they called me earlier than that. There's all kinds of issues. Had to race down there to get out. I had to get out of bed, jump in the shower, and just go straight down there. It's like it circumvents the entire powering up, waking up process, where you sit in the chair, read baseball news, drink coffee, wake up. Speaking of coffee, let me take a hit off this son of a bitch. Okay. And I had to go down there. It's chaos, just chaos. And I spent the entire day down there, on my day off, I might add. Whoo! It's quite a life I've carved out for myself. Oh, and listen to this. Okay, it's another thing. So today is the younger boy's birthday. He's 27, I guess. Yeah, he's born in 98. So anyway, he's out in Pittsburgh, and somehow, I don't know, Toney told him a long time ago that we would try to come out there, around his birthday, and they settled on the Saturday after his birthday, which is this coming Saturday. And it's 5 hours each way, and there was no plan to spend the night. We were just going to come out there and take him to lunch. And I said, why? I said, these are decisions that need to be discussed and thought about, not just said. Because once you say it out in the open air, once it's out there, you're locked in on it. I said, and I know it's easy to say these things when it's way off in the distant future, but now it's here. And then he goes, you guys still coming Friday or Saturday or whatever? You guys still coming Saturday? So I guess we're going. I don't have any problem. I like seeing him. It's not that. It's not that at all. It's the 10 hours. It's the 5 there, the 5 back, and then 2 hours in the middle. You know what I mean? It's a 12-hour day, 10 of it in the car. But whatever. It's fine. I don't have any problem. I like spending time with him. It's not that at all. It's just the logistics of it. So I guess we're doing that Saturday. That's fine. Whatever. Happy birthday. Speaking of birthdays, Tony's birthday was yesterday. She turned 60. Believe that crap? I think I met her. I don't know how old she was. I don't know how old she was. 25 or something like that. Somewhere in that neighborhood. 26. I don't know. And now she's 60. Isn't that crazy? It's wild. That's insane. But it was a big one, and she had I think she had a good birthday, She had a lot of people. A lot of people wished her happy birthday, called her, and people that she hadn't heard from in a while, and she got some cards in the mail, and people were acknowledging it, which is good. And I gave her. I bought this. Let's see, back in June, I think it was in June. She sent me some kind of text message that said, if you're ever thinking about needing something to buy me for my birthday, I'd love to have this. And it was like some kind of super expensive handmade coffee mug made by some artisan somewhere. I don't know. It was on Etsy. It was expensive. I'm like, what the? I looked at the thing. It's a handmade mug. It's purple. She loves purple. She's as into purple as Prince was. And I was like, well, okay. I don't know. Look at the price of that thing. I look at the shipping on it. Good Lord. But I don't know. I said, okay. I'll keep that in mind. But I was like, I don't know about that. The thing costs, with shipping, it costs $52 for one single coffee mug. So whatever. I don't know. So I was like, I basically forgot about that because that was a long time ago, and I forget about things, But the other day I was like, I should do something. We're going out to dinner. I'm going to take her out to dinner, but I probably should buy her something too. It's the 60th. I was like, wait a minute, didn't she tell me she wanted something for her birthday? Like, I can't remember what that was. What was that? So I went into our text messages, our ongoing thousands and thousands of text messages between the two of us. I just did a search for the word birthday, and there it was. It came up. It said, if you're looking for something to buy me for my birthday, and it was from June. So I clicked through. It was still available, and I purchased it, and, I don't know. It's a nice mug, but good Lord. $52? I don't know. I don't know. I saw a mug in West Virginia the last time I was there, I think. It was cool. It was also handmade. It was at some kind of like hipster shop down in Charleston, or up in Charleston, and it was cool looking, and I liked it. And I turned it over. It said $45. I was like, all right, I'll put that back. I might have paid $15 for it. I don't think I'd have gone above that. $45? Are you people on acid? God. Anyway. And then we went out Backyard Ale House. That's where she wanted to go. That's not me. That was her. I said, where do you want to go? And she goes, I want to go to Backyard Ale House. And it was awesome. They have good food there. It's not just the beer. They have excellent food. I had flank steak tacos. I've had them before. It's like the third or fourth time I've got it. Fantastic. Those things are kick ass. And Toney got fish and chips. It was they had like a list of specials, and one of them was fish and chips. You should have seen it. It was ridiculous. It was like a cookie sheet almost. It's like the size of almost like a small cookie sheet, and it was covered in French fries. Like it was like enough French fries for like a whole table of people, and then it had like 3 or 4 strips, fish, pieces of fish on top of it, and it was drizzled with some kind of like their version of tartar sauce. So it was very fancy looking. And I was like, God, look at those. Look how many French fries. Good Lord. We're going to bring these. Is this for the whole restaurant or something? It was outrageous. There's no way that 2 people could eat that many French fries. I don't know what the deal was. She took home a whole box of French fries. I don't know if they'll ever be eaten, but my tacos were fantastic. Hers was good. We had some Cincinnati beer, Rheingeist Truth. It's a good beer. It was good. It was a good birthday. I think she genuinely had a good birthday. So I feel it's one of those things where I got through it without feeling guilty. That's rare. That's very rare. I'm always feeling guilty about everything. But so anyway, now my birthday's coming up at the end of the month. And I'll be 63. 63. How? How did this happen? Like, I feel like I still feel inside my head exactly the way I did when I was like 27. When I was a complete dipshit youngster. I don't think I grew up. I'm not kidding. I don't think I started to grow up into some semblance of an adult until I was like 30. And that's why I feel completely the same as I always have inside my head. Physically, I'm a complete disaster. I don't have any problems other than I'm enormously fat and ugly. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I don't think you become ugly. I don't know. I have to look at myself in the mirror. But anyway, so I'll be 63 in a couple weeks. God, that's just terrible. That is shocking and scary. It's scary is what it is. Time is running out. The clock is ticking so fast. Yeah, I put every year, every year when the baseball season ends, I start a countdown on my phone. There's an app that I have on my phone where you can put in a countdown for whatever you want. And I have one in there for opening day of baseball season, and I have one on there first day of first spring training game. And then I have one on there for the day I plan to retire. So I have 3 going right now simultaneously. But I was looking at that one for first spring training game. It's like, I don't know what it was. It's like 108 days or something along those lines. I'm like, shit, that's nothing. Time just, I mean, it goes so fast. 108 days? No way. That'll be like, it'll feel like 2 weeks to me. The time is, I'm hurtling end over end into the abyss. 108 days, I'll do that. I could do that without even blinking. You know, that's nothing at this point. When I was a kid, 108 days, like, oh my God, it's a lifetime. You know, it's like, I don't know, whatever. This time next week, 108 days will be gone. You know? I don't know, 63 makes me sick. I don't understand. I'm getting to the point where it's like, you are officially, I mean, there's no fighting it anymore. You are officially an old man, you know? I mean, I don't feel like an old man, and I hope I don't act like an old man, but I don't know. But I'm getting up there. The numbers are scary. Anyway, let's see what else I got on my list. I had to go get fingerprinted. Now, listen to this. Listen to this. All right, so the state of Pennsylvania, in the industry that I work, it's heavily regulated, right? In the state of Pennsylvania, they love regulations, especially up here in the Northeast. Whew. They have a love affair. I mean, they have a fetish for regulations, taxes and regulations. Whew. That's what really gets their blood a-pumping up here. So anyway, they added another layer upon the 10,000 layers that already exist, where I now, because of the kind of work I do, I have to register with the state of Pennsylvania. I have to jump through a bunch of hoops, you know. And it's out of pocket. I have to pay for it out of pocket. Because this isn't a company thing. This isn't something the company is requiring. This is something the state of Pennsylvania is requiring. Company's not paying for it, so I have to pay. It's not a huge amount of money, but it's money out of pocket, and it's a bunch of hassles. You know, so one of the things I had to go get fingerprinted, right? So I went in there, and it showed me all these different places I can go. And most of them said 0 appointments available, right? So I said, all right. So then I found one now down near where I work, and it said like 175 appointments available or something like that, some ridiculous. So I went in there, signed up for an appointment, and I went down there, and some guys like, we're seeing a lot of people from your company come in here. I said, yeah, you're going to see a lot more. And I said, this is the beginning. This is just the beginning. I said, yeah, there's all these regulations. And he goes, oh, that's good. Uh-huh. But anyway, so he had me do. They had this little machine, like it's not like in the old days where you put your thumb on like a pad and you have ink on it, and then you it's like all electronic. So you just put your thumb first. You start out with your thumb on some glass, a piece of glass on this attached to this machine, So he goes, put your right thumb in the lower left-hand box and just press down. Give it a little bit of pressure. So he did. The thing came up. It showed my thumbprint on the screen, but it said inadequate or something like that, which is what, I'm not, that's not surprising, I'm constantly being called inadequate. That's normal. He goes, let's try that again. He goes, maybe your hands are a little bit too dry because it's cold outside. And he gave me some moist towel, a moist towelette. like when you're eating ribs or something. Which I don't like that. I don't like my hands smelling like that stuff. But he goes, just rub your fingers, on this, and maybe we'll try it again. So I did it again. Nothing. It said it wasn't. It was inadequate. It failed. Also, I'm familiar with that phrase too. And then he's like, I don't know. He goes, sometimes this thing doesn't. The equipment's not great, and I don't know, people. He goes, what kind of industry you work in? I told him. I think I'd already told him. He goes, well, that's because you probably wash your hands a lot. I'm like, I don't know, man. I wash my hands a normal amount of time. I'm not I work in an office. I'm not, I'm not out there in the trenches, And he goes like, I don't know what it is, but, it's just not reading. So we went through the entire thing. He goes, we're just going to go through the whole process, and we'll send it in, and we'll see what happens. But these things are coming up, every one. So we went through every finger. We had to do this thing where you roll it, start over on the edge, roll it, and while putting pressure. Failed, inadequate. So we went through the entire thing, and he goes, we're going to send these in. They're probably going to come back and saying they're not good enough. And unfortunately, you're going to have to come back down here and do it again. And if they match, he goes, if there's enough in there you can match, they'll just, if you come down here 2 times and show your ID 2 times, and we can tell that they matched, then then they'll allow us to pass you through. I'm like, what kind of, I don't. So I said, so what's the story? So I have no fingerprints? He goes, well, you have fingerprints. They're just not very good. Like, I've never been so offended. I've never had my fingerprints insulted like that. But he goes, let me take a picture. I have to take a picture of you. So he has this, there's like a camera attached to a pole. And he points it to me. I said, "Well, is that thing going to come back? The picture going to come back? It's just going to show a chair, and there's nobody going to be, there's nobody sitting in it. Do I really exist? I have no fingerprints. Do I really exist?" He was like, I don't know. I think you're getting a little carried away. But anyway, so I don't know. I have no fingerprints. I just have smooth. My fingers, I guess, are just like smooth tubes of skin, like a hot dog. I just have hot dog fingers, and are nothing. I mean, nothing. I don't know. And I went home. I asked one of the AI, one of my pals at AI, Grok, or one of those guys, one of my friends, and they said, the first thing it said, well, age has something to do with it. I'm like, here we go. Like, I'm so old, my fingerprints are gone. What the hell's that? Never heard of such a thing in my life. So anyway, I don't know. So I'm going to have to go back down there. They said, you'll get an email in a few days, and it'll tell you what to do next. And it'll probably say, come back down here and try it again. I said, well, this is not convenient for me. I'm sorry. That'll be $22.50. Like, what the? So I already paid the $22.50, and, had failure. My fingerprints are inadequate and a failure. That's what they are. I got like hot dog fingers. I got no prints whatsoever. Like, what the? This is stuff that never even occurs to me. I'm going to have to go down there and get my finger. I've had to have fingerprints before. Toney used to run a daycare out of our house in California, and we went through the entire thing. We did it the right way. We were bonded and all this stuff, and we went through FBI background check. We got our fingerprints, like both of us, and I didn't have any problem back then. So maybe it is age. The guy's like, he goes, "Do you do a lot of manual labor?" I said, "Whoo, that's a good one." I said, I guarantee that's not the problem. These delicate hands have never. I've never done a day's worth of work. No, I don't know. Anyway, everything's ridiculous. Everything is ridiculous in my life. Ridiculous adventures in suburbia. So anyway, I don't know. The picture, he took a picture, and I'm sitting there with my big old bulbous head. It looked like frickin', it looked like Bobby Hill. Just a round, nondescript Bobby Hill face, spud head, son of a bitch. Anyway, another thing that I feel I should feel guilty about, which I don't know if I do or not, and I have to get your input on. So on Sunday, I went over to I had a free Domino's large New York style one topping for free. And it was running out. It was getting ready to expire. Sunday was the last day. If I didn't buy it on Sunday, or if I didn't go pick it up on Sunday, I would lose out on this free, large New York style one topping. So I went in there and I ordered it. I added 2 more toppings, so it ended up, I think it cost me like $3.17 or something like that. So I had 3 toppings. I had pepperoni, and then I had onions and green peppers. It's a good combination. That is a solid pizza right there. Pepperoni, onions, green peppers. All right, I went over there, picked it up, and the guy just hands it to me. He knows me. I go there so many times. I'm in there so many times. The guy doesn't even ask my name. He just goes, "Here you go. Here you go, Jeff." Like, I don't know. I mean, I kind of like I like going places where they know you. You know, but I don't know. I don't know if Domino's is. I don't know about that. I remember when we used to go down to there was this bar in Atlanta. We used to go there every Saturday called Moe's and Joe's, and they're big about the Pabst Blue Ribbon. It's one of the biggest selling bars that sell the most Pabst Blue Ribbon in the United States. But anyway, we used to go in there every Saturday at, I don't know, like 4:00. Because that thing would fill up later with hipsters and stuff. It's like a dive bar, but it's real hip, you know. And anyway, we used to go in there and sit down in one of the booths, and the booths were all ripped up. There'd be like a spring poking through the booth, going to your ass meat, you know. We go in there and sit down in one of those dilapidated booths, and they just bring us a pitcher of Pabst. They wouldn't even. So I like that. I thought that was pretty cool. I liked being called Mr. Jeff when I used to go to the Sunny Chinese. That got ruined by COVID. You know, COVID ruined that, and now he just calls me Buddy. Hey, Buddy. That's not the same. That's generic. It's a very specific Mr. Jeff. Mr. Jeff is very specific. Anyway. But when I go to Domino's, I go, "Here you go." Like, I don't know, I feel shame. I feel kind of shameful. It was a good pizza though. That thing was kicking. You know, they have good pizza there. I've said it a million times. You know, I'm not saying it's the best pizza in the world. It doesn't compete with one of these high-end mom and pop shops around here. This place is lousy with good pizza, but you can't beat the prices. $3.17, shit, and it's good. It's not terrible. That's what they should say. It's not terrible. That's how they should advertise their pizza. Come on in. It's not terrible. There you go. So anyway, what else I got? God, we're late. I got a lot of stuff listed here. Let's end right there. But I do have a call from our old pal Ian in Scotland. We'll listen. We'll take that and then we'll call it a day. What do you say, Ian? You're up.
Hey Jeff, Ian in Scotland here. This is an updated question for you regarding the phenomenon, irritable phenomenon of "thank you so much." Has that reached there yet? It's widespread, spreading like the plague. And my new standard response is, "You're so welcome. You're so welcome." And question number 2. So that's a British phenomenon that's come across the States. And there's another phenomenon that I believe has come from the States to here, and it is people saying, it was so fun. It was so fun. To which I reply, you mean so much fun? Or it was such fun? It was so fun. That's a new thing. It's a new thing. Irritable. I'm a stickler for good grammar. Okay, let me know what you think about that. Bye.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of zero in on things too. I kind of zero in on phrases. Oh, first of all, if you're a stickler for grammar, good grammar, this podcast must drive you fully insane. I'm not sure. I try to speak in a, I try to speak with proper grammar, but, the foundation isn't there. It's a wobbly. I'm built on a wobbly foundation, but I make an attempt. But I have a feeling. I remember when I was writing my novel, I had a couple people reading it as I went along. Like if I'd finish a chapter, I'd send it off to a couple people. They'd go through it and make corrections on various things. Like like a couple times I would say flat screen TV. Like I would describe it as a flat screen TV. This guy's like, just call it a TV. They're all flat screen. You don't need to specify flat screen. It's like, that's okay. That's good. That's a good note right there. He's right. Flat screen TV is going to sound dated, in the future. It probably already does. You know what I'm saying? So these are good notes. But there's also grammatical errors that I would make in these things. I'm like, really? I mean, I think I have a handle on the language. But he was like, well, this is improper. I'm like, okay. And he's like, it's like there was like a tone like, were you in special ed? Now, don't take this the wrong way, but did you have special ed classes when you were in school? So I don't know. I try to speak with proper grammar, but it's a wobbly foundation, Ian. I don't know about that. Thank you so much. I probably hear it. I don't know, and it's not one of the ones I've locked in on. You blame that on the U.S. of A. Sending that over? I don't know. Probably. People are ridiculous. Is that what you said? You said the U.S. Maybe. I don't remember. It was so fun. Oh, that was so fun. Well, so I probably hear people say that too. It's not one of those things I really locked in on. But yeah. So what? So it feels like there's a word missing, right? So much fun. It was so much fun. So, and there needs to be another word. I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like that too, and I can't think of anything right off. Hang on a second. Let me think of it. There are phrases I hear. People suddenly start using phrases like low key. Yeah, that was low key. That was low key spicy. I think she's being low key bitchy. Low key. Why people just start using that all of a sudden? And chopped. What the hell does that mean? I don't know. It's chopped. It's chopped. Like, I don't know what the hell that means. What the hell does that mean? Like, where do these phrases come from? I hear people say that now. Chopped. And a while back, this is a little bit older, people started starting out sentences with, I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't know. I mean, is that something that you have to say? I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm running behind too. Like, how you doing with your mid-year reviews? I'm not going to lie. I'm not doing very well. Like, why would you lie about it? I mean, is that something? I don't know. That became all the rage. Now that thing is so popular and so ingrained in the language. There's like a internet abbreviation, NGL, I guess. Not gonna lie, NGL. Like that is so ingrained. And people never said that, and then all of a sudden everybody was saying it, and now it's like part of the language, to the point where somebody created a internet shortcut. So anyway, I lock in on stuff like that too, and I talk about the corporate speak. That stuff drives me insane. And there's this phrases. I don't know what chopped means. I could look it up if I gave two shits. And I don't know about that low key. That's irritating. Where'd that come from? Why is everybody saying that all of a sudden? Why is everybody everything's low key? Anyway, getting me all fired up, Ian. I am so fired up. But I hear what you're saying. I'm very. We might not be locking in on the same phrases, but I think we operate in the same way, because I do lock in, and I know what you're saying. So and if you're a stickler for good grammar, I apologize. I apologize for what I probably do to your blood pressure. It's the foundation. Very wobbly. Very wobbly. But anyway, thanks for calling in. I appreciate it. Call back anytime. You know you have an open invitation to call the world-famous West Virginia Surf Report. Much appreciated. And if the rest of you want to call in like Ian did, I urge you to do so as well. The number, 570-290-8151. Call me round the clock. Just leave a message, and whatever you leave will almost certainly be used in a future episode. Unless you just call and just start screaming profanity. Although I'll probably use that too. There's a line. I don't know what that line is. But if you just want to call and ask me a question or make a comment or add to something I said, it'll almost certainly be used in a future episode. So do it today. 570-290-8151. And if you want 2 episodes a week instead of a measly one, when I say a week, I try, but I think I do a halfway decent job. But if you do, every time I publish one to the main network like this one, a few days later there's one it goes out to patrons. That's people who support my efforts over at Patreon. And if you want to be one of those patrons, you can do it by heading over to patreon.com. It's Patreon, patreon.com/Jeff K. Sign up for a $4 or more monthly donation. That's all, $4. Put it on a credit card. You won't even notice it because it's $4. And in return, you'll get a bonus episode every time there's one to the main network. Right behind it is a bonus episode that only patrons get to hear. And they're full length, exactly like the one you're listening to. Because I don't know, I'm not skilled enough to do anything different. It's the same thing. Same kind of nonsense. Ridiculous adventures in suburbia. That's what it's all about. So there's a whole bunch of them in there. A whole bunch of bonus episodes that you'll gain instant access to the moment you sign up. And you'll get all the new ones too. It's fantastic. So do it today. And surfreportpod.com is the web home of the podcast. You can check that out as well, although it's behind. I will work on that. And until next time, which will be over on the Patreon side, hope you guys have yourselves a fine day. I'll see you. Bye. I don't have any problems other than I'm enormously fat and ugly.